Good morning, everyone. Uh, have great. We here to share also the Timor-Leste, specific to the disaster risk management and also financing strategy. Let me introduce myself. So, I'm Gregorio Soares, working in National Directorate of Economic Policy, which is together with budget directorate and also planning directorate. So the planning directorate is just join with the Minister of Finance. Before they are under the Prime Minister office. So we are in like General Directorate of Planning and Budgeting. So I will go a bit about the background and then what is the disaster risk management in Timor-Leste and also the financing, national financing strategy, and also specific about the how the Timor-Leste government is finance the natural disaster. So Timor-Leste adopt the national strategy risk management that align with the climate change mitigation. It's also aligned with the national national strategy plan that also save the citizens in the natural disaster risk. So there are the main objective of the strategy management risk is to identify risk zone in all of country, and also warning system, especially for the raining and then drought. And it's also conducting like training capacity to the staff for the prevention of the natural disaster, and also provide immediate response to when is happen the disaster. It also allow the line ministry to cooperate and also coordinate when it's happened the natural disaster. So we are a bit lucky because Timor-Leste is it's not really happened like natural disaster. So it's sometimes it's happened, but mostly is we bit safer from the natural disaster. We also have like challenges in terms of institutional management of natural disaster, because previously the role is under the Ministry of Social and Solidarity. So now they move into the National Authority of Civil Protection. So something like that, the rule and moving to the other institution, that means will be changed the mechanism and also coordination, also regulation that may be take time, and then it's a bit sometime happen the natural disaster suddenly. It is difficult to do the coordination, but hopefully the new authorities will be going forward in order to respond to the natural disaster. So we have like national authority, and also this is support by other line ministry like Ministry of Social Solidarity, Ministry of Public Work, Ministry of State Administration, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Education. So we are like small country, small island, and a small population. So uh, whenever it's happen natural disasters, so like Ministry of Solidarity, they are providing like support to the community or the citizen that affected by the disaster. Public work, they also have their own role, like providing providing uh, equipment to moving the uh, population from the risk area to the safe area, and also Minister of Administration. So they also have their own role to evacuation and also to help the community. So as I say that we are a bit safe in natural disaster, but government is uh, uh, also do the priority to the natural disaster. So mostly Timor-Leste is affected by flooding and also landslide and drought. So in just a few years, 2020-21, we have like a heavy flooding that affected all of country. So this is also really heavy flooding that affected about that 1,000 of people is lost their house, especially people nearby river and also living in a mountain area. So landslide also the one mostly it's happen every year, which is when it's happen rainfall. So because Timor-Leste is located in mostly in highland, so mostly our land is mountain. So this is also risk for the landslide. And drought also because we are the rainy season is really short, so mostly is for the dry season that also affected to the it also risk to the Timor-Leste. So that's the one example that happened in 2021. At the same time, it also affected by the COVID-19. That it's also difficult in terms of coordination and also the way to protect people from the disaster. So government also helping by the civil society, NGOs, UNICEF, and also donor to provide humanitarian for the flooding. So do the evacuation and they provide the food and sanitary to the people, vulnerability people, and clothing, and also provide because some people is like 1,000 people is lost their house, so they need to take the emergency action and also give the temporary house to the people. So that is a bit about natural disasters. I'm going talking about a bit about the financing strategy. So we are financing system is we have revenue and expenditure. So in revenue side, so I'm glad to hear like yesterday there's some country that they also impose on the revenue collection in terms of um, taxes to the using of energy, renewable energy. So like Timor-Leste also now is applied the tax for the uh, 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 import of the car to the Timor-Leste. So it's mostly Timor-Leste's import car from the other country. So that also thing that the government apply the tax to reducing the um, reducing the tax, reducing the import of the car. We Timor-Leste is mostly rely on the oil revenue. We also have the fund from the donors and also loans. So in the spending side, so government is provide the budget to the line ministry within like salary, good and service, mineral capital and capital development. So in terms of budget allocation to the National Authority Civil Protection, so they are we have like adopt like annual budget plan. So they present their budget in every year. So like minister, so they allocated budget within the priority and also the budget platform that asking by the line minister and institution. So in terms of natural disaster mechanism of financing, so government is allocate budget in operational administratively for the every institution. However, if something that happened that out of the control, out of the financing capacity, so government also allocate budget through the contingency that might be covered in national level. So let's see if the budget is cannot covered by the NECP, they will ask like extra budget. When it's happened like this is also a natural disaster that happened in the country. So in the contingency budget is also consists with allocation to the wage and salary, goods and service, and mineral capital and capital development. So as example that I say in 2021, so the emergency action that any CP cannot cover their fund, their budget, so they need to asking the extra budget to the Minister of Finance in order to mitigate the help in the community from the disaster. So in terms of financing strategy, so now Timor-Leste is moving to the performance budgeting just recent year. So so before we in the program budgeting, now we move to the performance budgeting, which is aligned with the planning budgeting system that that may request the outcome oriented. So we just start in 2022. So we hope like for the next 5 years, we'll like move into the monitoring and evaluation to monitor that impact of the budget, allocation budget for the line ministry and institution. So the contingency is also moving to the state general endowment. Thank you. That is my presentation. So if you have question, please. Thank you.